let's go ahead and end it with this, man. We got to fight this weekend, man.
Man, look, I'm gonna start it off by saying Benavidez is finna break this boy face. He might do him like Canelo did Billy Joe Saunders. So it might get ugly. I will say, I did disagree with some of the stuff that Benavidez said about Canelo, but we'll get to that at another episode. Um,
Yeah,
but
we
yeah,
can when we do the recap, we can discuss.
yeah,
But let's
yeah.
talk, let's break down each fight right quick. Well, we ain't got to stay long, but Benavidez, I believe he's just gonna do what he do. Yeah. I'm not excited for this Benavidez fight. We all know the fight that we want to see Benavidez fight. I personally might not want to see Benavidez fight nobody else other than Canelo. I'm at that point. You can tell me I'm wrong. You can name another opponent that we can see and all that. That's fine. But me personally, I want to see nothing else.
Of course. I mean, and I'm right there with you. Hold on. I
Stop
agree.
talking to me. Oh.
No, 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 no. My boy Dude said, because Dude's from Alabama, and so he said, hey, it's time. He said it's time for Deontay to hang it up. Hey,
Yeah,
man,
he ruined that legacy, man.
yeah, it's his fault. He ain't learned how to box and he ain't do no calf races, and that's a bad thing in boxing. But yeah, nah, I'm 100% with you. Benavidez, he's kind of just gonna have to go through people that he can get. To be quite honest, though, I don't think this Canelo fight's ever gonna happen.
But it's going to work out in Benavidez's favor then, if that's the case. Because like that's clear ducking. Like we ain't never seen no duck like this before. Like ever. Like at some point, you got to fight that man. And on top of that, we know where we can get the money at too. Don't act like the money is a problem because we know we can go to Saudi Arabia and make this fight happen. So don't act like the money is the issue. He clearly ducking that man. So if Benavidez, all Benavidez got to continue to do is continue to win, that's gonna boost his resume. It's gonna be like winning twice each time. You can
All right.
disagree. You can disagree all
No,
you
no, no,
want.
no, no. I don't disagree. But can I shoot Canelo some bail?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Bro. And so it's like it's like right now, boxing is almost like being a running back. How long is your career really? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Canelo Canelo made his boxing debut in 2005, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo he ain't there yet, but it's like it's a very slight difference. Canelo has 500 rounds of experience. Canelo has been in 500 rounds of boxing at the
Mm-hmm.
age of 33, and he's
Mm-hmm.
fought. He's fought some of the best.
Sure
You
has.
know what I'm saying? He's fought some of the best. He fought Floyd Mayweather when he really had no business being in the ring with Floyd Mayweather yet, because his
Mm-hmm.
best fight at the time before that was Austin Trout. He wasn't
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't that experienced, and that's another story. That I've talked about that, but that's another story for
Yeah,
another time.
me too.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Canelo, he's had 3 fights with Gennady Golovkin, who was the most feared man in boxing at one time. He fought Sergey the Crusher Kovalev, who didn't get that nickname for no reason,
Mm-hmm.
going up in weight.
Mm-hmm.
He went up even more just to see against
Yep.
Dmitry Bivol,
Sure did.
and took a unanimous decision L. And so
Sure
it's
did.
just like, and so to me, I said it when Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford were kind of calling Canelo's name out, and I was saying, just because you're on the mountain and you're calling that name out, don't
I knew. Yes.
necessarily mean I got to answer.
You got it.
Canelo's been in 65 fights,
You,
and
you have to answer to Benavidez, bro. I was letting you get all that. Everything you said was true, but this is the problem that I had with everything that you just said. That's for somebody that's getting out of the game. If he wanted to get it, if Canelo wanted to stop boxing right now, of course, he's a Hall of Famer. He's an all-time great. He's everything that you just said. That is fine. But he is still fighting. So don't give me that speech of somebody that, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's a running back and he don't want it. No, I'm not.
Okay,
No, I'm not giving that because he's
but
still
here's my thing.
fighting. Fight
He's
that
still
man or don't fight.
But what if Canelo has like 2-3 more fights and he's just like, I'm done?
Oh, then stop fighting.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
If you got 2 more fights, then one of them need to be Benavidez.
No, it don't. Because guess what? People still gonna pay to see me. I'm just gonna collect these checks. I'm gonna give me a couple wins. I'm gonna give me a couple more wins at the end of my reign, and I'm done.
No.
Benavidez, you gonna have to do what you want.
No. Anybody else could get that. What you just said off could get that off. You of all people cannot get that off because that's the same thing that you was always critical of Floyd Mayweather for doing, especially his last fight.
But hold on.
So ain't no way in hell that you get that off.
But because, like I said, Floyd Mayweather set he set the blueprint for what all of these boxers are doing.
And so and you ain't let Floyd, you ain't give Floyd no credit. You ain't give Floyd that speech. You ain't do none of that for Floyd. So I can't let you get that off.
No. When I say that about Floyd is when it comes to being the best ever, and I say if you actually look at Floyd's resume, but I've never said that Floyd's not an all-time great. And that's the same thing I'm saying with Canelo. Canelo, you can't say that regardless of if he doesn't fight, if he doesn't have Benavidez on his resume at the end of his career, he's still an all-time great.
He's still a great. I'm not taking nothing away. I'm not.
If I have 65 fights, I got more than double the fights that he has in his career. Why do I need to fight him? I've proved myself.
No, but you're still fighting. It's the fact that you're still fighting. It's the fact that when you're still fighting, and we know who the fight that we want to see, and we know the money that you're asking for is still attainable. It's a crazy ass number, but we can still get you that number, and you can get that. You are ducking this man, and it's just because I said it's going to be a 2-time victory. You know, the fact that for Benavidez, I'm not taking nothing away from Canelo. I'm not about to put no smut on his resume because he's not going to fight him. I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be disappointed. But at the end of the day, he's still an all-time great. I'm still going to rank him where I rank him, and he can stop today. But he's clearly avoiding this man, and that's nasty.
But that's what I'm saying. It's at the end of his career, and again, I don't necessarily want to see the fights that Canelo is fighting at the end of his career, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, get your money. But I'm gonna do the same thing that I said when Floyd was fighting Conor McGregor, when Floyd was fighting the little Asian guy in that exhibitions. I'm not gonna watch. But you did what you set out to do. You set out like Canelo set out to be one of the all-time greats. He did that. Floyd set out to be, one of the best ever, and he did that. I have some issues with certain things that he did along the way, but he achieved his goals. And I have an issue. Here's my thing. It's almost like it's the same thing that I like when you say I didn't get. I criticized Floyd about it, but it's the same thing that I criticize with the NBA players who all try and be Bron. Y'all not Bron. But what I can say is Canelo
ain't Floyd, and he ain't built his resume like he built his name off fighting the best. He built his name off being. Exactly. That's why he's Canelo. Fight this man, dog.
He built his resume off fighting the best, and now it's like, hey, I'm about to ride off into the sunset.
We got to move on because we got to talk about.
If Canelo was like 28, 29, 30, I'll be like, hey, dog, what are you doing?
Bro, if Canelo was to get his ass whipped, if he was to get his ass whipped by Benavidez, that wouldn't change nothing for me.
But it might change something for Canelo because I got to get my ass whipped. You don't.
200 million. You asked for 200 million. You put a number out there.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Maybe I fight like 3 other dudes and I get 50 million, 30 million, and 60 million. I ain't get my ass kicked by Benavidez.
Bro, who you talking to?
I'm talking.
No.
I'm talking
once
to
again,
Donald Jerome Hill.
once again, you of all people cannot get that. That's a Hill take when you talk about the nickel and diamond with the money right there, not the legend at the bank. AJ, oh no, sir,
Hey,
not
hold
you.
on. But we ain't never factoring in CTE now. We ain't never.
For 200 million, man. Listen, bro, CTE, RBE, whatever. All right, man. Yeah, you are all that, all that. Let's get now. This is a fight. I believe this is a fight. This is one of the best opponents that Tank Davis has fought. I said one of the best.
No, I wasn't about to.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was clear, in just in case anybody else. Who you got?
Oh, I got Tank. To be quite honest.
Oh, that's what I wanted. That's why I let you go first.
I got Tank with a knockout. I think Tank. I think this is where Tank really established himself, and I need I want him to establish himself, and I feel like if Tank keeps his foot on the gas, and I think what is going to help Tank is when it comes to this fight, it's a little bit different than what we saw from Ryan Garcia against Tank. Ryan Garcia, he's tall. You know what I'm saying? He has the reach. I think Frank Martin, he's gonna put pressure on Tank. I just don't know if Frank Martin is going to be able to kind of have the hand speed and just that. How do I want to put it? The hand speed to want to kind of like make Tank think a little bit, if you get what I'm saying. Because Ryan Garcia, he has the hand speed and the accuracy where if it lands, it can cause damage, and he'll put pressure on you. Frank Martin, I don't know if he has that hand speed that Ryan Garcia has, and I think that plays into Tank's wheelhouse a little bit more because it allows him to be methodical and allows him to pick his shots and allows him to kind of walk in and impose his will. And so I think it's going to be a good fight. Don't get me wrong, but I think those later rounds, those championship rounds, I think that's where it's really you're gonna start seeing the separation of Tank and Frank.
Okay, dude. I mentioned URL. No, so you want to Ryan.
Oh, don't you forgot who I am?
Yes, I did.
You must have forgot that 3-0 I did on your birthday.
Oh my God, don't worry
put
about it.
that boy. Hey,
the rematch
for the fours out there, body bags had that boy flustered.
It was
he was forgetting his rounds.
It was a slanted crowd.
It was your birthday.
That's the point they were hating over me. Crowd was against me. All right, man. Back to the. Did I send you what Spence said about this fight?
Nah, not yet.
All right, I gotta send it to you. What Spence was saying was, and I took it with a grain of salt because they both, they legitimately PBC. You know what I'm saying? I know Tech does business with PBC, but Frank Martin is legitimate PBC. So is Errol Spence. So I took what he said with a grain of salt, but he was like, Tank takes a while to warm up. Yeah. Takes a while to warm up, right? So if Martin can win those early rounds and he can, just start surviving, he can win this fight.
Yeah, if he can put him in the bank, but it's gonna be tough because, like I said, you got to survive them later rounds too.
And that's the problem. I think that's the simple fact that they'd be like, hey, look, bro, you down. I'm down. Back. Come out there. Similar to what we seen what Bud did to Sean Porter. He be like, what? I'm losing. And then you see what happened when he found out he was losing? Beat the brakes off that boy. So I can see something similar to that. I just took what Spence said and I thought about it. I said, okay, Martin could come out with that game plan and it could be effective. Like I said, it could be effective. Now, will it work?
That's another question.
That's another thing, you know what I'm saying? Because
everybody got a plan until you get punched in the face.
And we know it only takes one. He don't need a multiple flurry of punches to end this. He catch it with one. This thing is over. I got Tank winning, and I think Tank is going to shut some naysayers up. Believe he's going to. I think he's going to start giving us more of the fights that we want to see. After that,
yeah, I mean, because also, I mean, you really ain't got no choice.
What you mean you got no choice? I mean, you know, Boston is like being a running back, you know, and then he got all these fights. You know, man, he can take 3 fights for the 20 million and then do the 50 million. You know.
But what I'm saying is in his prime, he's still 20. He's still in his 20s. It's the same thing that I said. Like Canelo he built his resume up in his 20s. He's 33 now. So yeah, but I just had to put that out there because you're trying to use my words against me. But you know, and I know that nuance plays a factor in this, and so I know what you're trying to do.
It was good though. That was cool. That was smooth.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you. I ain't laughing with you though.
It's okay. It's okay. Yo, it's gonna be funny, but yeah, man, I guess I'm ready for these fights. The promotion was there. They did their job. People have been going on, you know, the various platforms. They've been doing their thing. Like I said, they've been talking. They done their job. Now it's time to finish the job Saturday, and we can get on for what we get on. And once we get to recap the fight, then I can ask you who we want to see next and what we want to see next. The real because I can't answer now because you know what's the point of asking for it now? We know who we want Benavidez to fight. And if you wanted him to fight somebody else, you would have said it. So you don't. You would have said it. I gave you opportunity to say it. Don't say it now. Don't try to throw a name out. I did get an opportunity. Yeah.
No, because we talked about that pre-pro.
But I think we'll have differing opponents for Tank if he wins. I think so.
Okay. But matter of fact, I know we will.
Yeah, I know we will too.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.